My name is Scott Greer, and I am a wellness advocate with Doterra International, the largest essential oil company in the world. I'd like to pass around this bottle of wild orange, and I want you to take a drop of it as it comes around, put it into your hand, and then rub your hands together and smell it. And the question you need to ask yourself at that time is, what do you think? So you can smell that. When did you first smell an orange scent? What was the first time, or who gave you that remembrance? Maybe it was a grandfather or a grandmother who peeled an orange and you were able to smell what's in this bottle right here, wild orange. We will be talking today in this session about the value of essential oils in your life and in your family's life, including the vital properties held within each oil. At the end of this presentation, I guarantee that you will be empowered with greater knowledge of doTERRA's 3 essential oils: lemon, right here, lavender, and peppermint. First, I'd like to tell you about a story that happened to me in 2008. I was diagnosed with 5 blood clots behind my right knee, and the blood clots were from a condition called factor V Leiden, and that is a condition where your blood will clot quicker than normal people, and so you develop blood clots. Now, these blood clots that I had, though they congregated behind my right knee, and as they did so, they damaged my veins on the inside of my right leg and the sciatic nerve traveling up from the bottom of my ankle to the top of my neck. So I had pain in my leg, or discomfort in my pain, and I was prescribed from the doctors to take Vicodin 6 times a day and lie in bed and try and recover, keep my legs elevated. And I told my wife there's no way that I was going to do that. I was going to go and continue to be active, but the increased pain throughout my leg and my back kind of started changing my attitude and my personality. I would like to be alone, and because of the pain, and I had to be kind of secluded, away from my family, and that needed to change. And so my wife and I heard about doTERRA, and we drove from Southern California into Utah. And after a 20-minute meeting with an essential oil wellness advocate with doTERRA, we bought a book, bought a huge kit, and on our ride back to San Diego, my wife would read to me in that book things that I needed. Now, the book was called Modern Essential, and it's a kind of a dictionary for essential oil and how to use the oil and the properties that are in those oils. So I received my kit, and as I started to use these oils, these 3 oils were the ones that I started with: lemon, lavender, and peppermint. And I soon started feeling a little more freedom and less pain as I was using the oils, and I know that they can help you also. Now, doTERRA created its own testing process called CPT CTG, which is certified pure, tested grade, 100% pure with no additives. So each one of these bottles has nothing added to it, just pure essential oil. All right, we're going to talk, any questions? We're going to talk now about peppermint. Peppermint is a very interesting oil. If you were to look through a microscope at a peppermint leaf, you would see on the underside of the peppermint leaf there is a little sacs of peppermint oil, and those sacs of peppermint oil will protect the plant from anything that comes around them, infection and disease that will try and come to that plant. So Doterra takes the peppermint leaves and they cold press them, and as they press them, they receive oil from them. And those oils are now the ones that are in this bottle here, and they're great. So if you can also, as I pass around this peppermint oil, take a drop, put it in your hand, and do the same thing as we did with the orange. You notice in your hands, right now there is no orange residue there. There's no oil. It's gone into your pores. So now you're going to put this oil in your hand and just rub it together, and then use your hands as an inhalator. And this will help you breathe better. It'll clear your airways. And peppermint has properties also for digestion and for muscle comfort. And that's what I was getting when I used peppermint oil in the beginning. Any questions? All right, let's go on to lavender. Lavender is a calming oil. It has very interesting properties. I'll go ahead and pass this one around too. You can go ahead and put it on the back of your hand this time, and you can rub it together and then smell it. The properties of lavender are really interesting. They help with sleep if you have a problem sleeping. They are fragrances that are found in perfumes and cleansers that you might have in your home or in candles. And lavender also helps burns. So if you have a burn, you can take lavender and put it on a burn. If you have a rash, you can put it on for a rash. During the summer, when you have sunburns, you can use that directly on. And it also starts damaged skin to heal. All right, let's go on to our last one right now, and that would be lemon. Lemon is also another amazing oil. It has calming properties. It helps uplift you, and any of the citrus oils do that. They uplift you. Lemon also detoxes petroleum chemicals that have come into your body. So they help get those toxins out of your system, and you will feel better. Along with that, the smell of lemon is really amazing. I like to use lemon in a glass of water, ice water. I'll put 3 or 4 drops in there, and that's how I take in the lemon oil. You can use any of the oils. You can use topically, which is putting on top of your skin, or putting them in your hands. As they go into your skin, they travel up throughout your body. You can also inhale them, or you can use them aromatically, which you can put them in a diffuser. You can also take them internally. So out of these 2 oils, I use the lemon internally, and I use the peppermint internally. So I ingest the peppermint or the lemon. All right, any questions up to this point? Let's review doTERRA, the doTERRA essential oils we have talked about today. First, we'd like to go back and have you think about peppermint and what it could be used for in your life. Besides reducing soreness, it can reduce any indigestion that you have. You might want to think back on a time that you went to a restaurant and at the end of the meal, they brought your check and they gave you a small chocolate with peppermint in it, and that was to help your stomach. One other thing that peppermint has, it has cooling properties. And those, during the summer, you can put them on the back of your neck, you can put them on, that's basically where the best place to put it, on the back of your neck as you're sweating. It kind of cools you down a little bit faster. Second, let's talk about lavender. Of course, lavender is a calming oil, and it heals wounds and burns, and it has properties that will help you when you sleep. So lavender is a great oil. And then lastly, let's talk about lemon. And it's a good mood oil. It lifts your spirits, and lemon also eliminates the chemical toxins in your body. All right, remember, doTERRA is 100% pure, and they have, of course, multiple uses. Some people just think, well, I'll just use lemon for this, but as you're using lemon or peppermint, if you're using it for pain or you're using it for your muscles, you will come to realize that you will not have an upset stomach. So I'd like to go back to your experience with wild orange and ask, how was your experience with wild orange? And I'll open that up to the class. And then, who would you tell about your experience with wild orange? That's a question that you could ask yourself. Lastly, ask yourself, how can I get these oils into my home? And how can I be a part of doTERRA's family? For those that have questions that haven't been answered, we have a number of wellness advocates with us today that can help you also. I'd like to thank you for coming and hope that you will continue your journey with doTERRA.